It is the weirdest thing to me. Democrats say that it is racist to believe, well, they say it's racist to do anything. I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday and one today. I'm sure they're going to call that racist too, but it's good. I love you guys. But
the solo clap. Oh, man. Yesterday, JD Vance held his first solo rally in Ohio as Trump's running mate. As you can see, he did not come out of the gate strong. In fact, Vance's joke was so embarrassing that it drew comparisons to what is remembered as maybe the most humiliating moment in recent political history. Take a look.
I won't be out there blowharding, talking a big game without backing it up. I think the next president needs to be a lot quieter, but send a signal that we're prepared to act in the national security interests of this country to get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
Vance's Mountain Dew moment didn't help his standing at all with Trump's allies, who, according to The Atlantic's Tim Alberta, have started to reconsider whether he was the right choice for running mate now that Biden is out of the race, saying, most striking thing I heard from Trump allies yesterday was the second guessing of JD Vance, a selection they acknowledged that was born of cockiness, meant to run up margins with the base in a blowout rather than persuade swing voters in a nail biter. I mean, Cenk, this was really cringy. Certainly there are other more substantive problems with JD Vance, but do you think they're actually changing about replacing him on the ticket?
No, that's crazy. If they were replacing him on the ticket, they're totally panicking. And I don't think they'd panic like that. I'd be shocked by that. And I'll tell you this, if they did, it would be a wonderful mistake. Not because JD Vance is a good VP candidate, but because that means we're in full scale panic and we think we already lost. Whoa, Kamala just started kicking her ass. Hold on, calm down. Okay, so just because like you finally have a competitor rather than running against Joe Biden, already they're worried. So in terms of the joke, as a guy who's told a lot of dad jokes on air, you at least have to have it make some sort of sense. It can be corny, no problem. Believe me, I know, okay? But there's gotta be a pun or something. Why would drinking Mountain Dew make you racist? Doesn't make any sense. So it was wonderfully awkward. Now, why is he doing it? Because he's trying to be entertaining like Trump. You know, Trump does those rallies and his fans love him. He's like a wrestling star, you know, a little bit of Hulk Hogan action. And he'll be like, yeah, these guys in the media like Slopadopoulos. And everybody's like, I said Slopadopoulos instead of Stephanopoulos. I even like that one, okay? But if you're not good at that, don't try it. Okay, don't try this at home. Not gonna work out for you. And so that's what JD Vance found out the hard way. Just be you, don't try to be someone else. But all these politicians are fake, and that's why you get what you get. But I'm so glad it gave us an opportunity to play that Jeb Bush clip again, because there's two golden moments in there that I missed please clap. One is, I'm not gonna be blowhardened. What's blowhardened? And he said, the next president has to be a lot quieter. Mission accomplished. After Trump, we got Biden, and he was a lot quieter.
We have a compilation of some of these other attempts at comedy that JD Vance tried out with this captive audience in his hometown. Take a look.
I feel you can get Milton's anywhere now, or at least a lot of other places. So it's cast a wider net. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about donuts all day. You can tell what I skipped lunch, so my mind's on donuts here. Did my wife do a good job the other night, or what? Didn't she do great? She is. There she is. She's too embarrassed to stand up, but get used to it, honey. It's gonna be 4 months of me embarrassing you. That's what we do. And when I think about Kamala Harris, who I guess is our vice presidential candidate officially, but I guess she's gonna run for president now because Joe Biden dropped out of the race. You know, when I see, when to take bets here, when to start a betting pool just in this auditorium. I don't like Joe Biden, and I don't like his policies. And I'm not a Democrat primary voter. I never have been, and I never will be, unless something goes really wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
Cenk, I'm no political expert. Is there such a thing as negative charisma? Because if so, I think JD Vance has it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I thought his speech was really bad, and a lot of people disagreed and thought, oh no, that's some populist stuff. I'm like, look, he took his grandma, who everybody kind of loved for raising him, and turned her into a serial killer. She has 19 loaded guns all around the house, the least safe gun owner in America. And then he talked about the homeland, and it sounded like it was going to be heartwarming. And then he turned it into a graveyard, and he's like, and then there's a cemetery in Kentucky where we bury you. Okay, and that's what we mean by America. It's not an idea, it's a cemetery. And I was like, all right, bro, okay, but you're getting a little awkward in here. So I don't think he's good at this. So, Trump goes off the cuff and is better when he goes off the prompter, at least for his base. Maybe stick to the prompter, JD.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend like if you threw me in that situation day one on a presidential campaign, I'm gonna go out there and just crush it. But you would think that stage presence, the ability to speak would be a factor. But no, that was clearly an afterthought for them, because like Tim Alberta said, and like we talked about yesterday on the show, that ticket was just a double down on MAGA. There was no balancing on that ticket. And that's why they're concerned now. That's why they're concerned about Vance, because he doesn't appeal to anybody who Trump doesn't already appeal to. So you're seeing all this jockeying on the Democratic side and all these close evaluations over all of these different boring white guy governors or senators, that they're thinking about how they can balance the ticket to appeal to the most people. I think Tim Alberta's right. There has to be second guessing in that campaign. They were arrogant, and that also informs some of the freak out we saw after Biden dropped out. I'm enjoying it nonetheless. It's going to be funny to watch. I wouldn't rule out replacing Vance. I think Trump doesn't have any strong loyalties. I don't think they would care. I could see it. I would not be surprised, but it would be funny after this freak out this week that it's unfair for Biden to drop out.
Well, then we'll put up two markers. I think if Kamala Harris picks Mark Kelly as the VP, that's a bad sign that they're running a campaign that's too safe. And if Trump dumps JD Vance, I think that's a bad sign for them. They're running a campaign that's too panicked. But we'll see. We'll see if it happens. But I'd be very surprised. So expect a lot more bad dad jokes from JD Vance. I don't even know if they're dad jokes. They're just non-jokes. So, but if you want to keep embarrassing yourself, have at it, Hoss. We're here for you all day long. Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.